So we are getting some response, right? What response we are getting? We are getting the information from the GET request that these are the books that are available in the library as of now. And if you can see, we talked about JSON, right, in the theoretical session, and this is how JSON is like. We are fetching the information in the JSON format, and we are getting the key, and then we are also getting the value. And for each, you can say this is like an array, and in each array we are having different information. So information related to different books, right? Now, if everything goes well, we will see response from the server in the lower half of the Postman. So yeah, we are able to see the response, right? And then request method, like we discussed previously, there are different request methods: get, post, put, patch, and then delete. Get is for retrieving, post is for sending the data, put and patch for update, and delete is for deleting the data, right? We already discussed all these things in the theoretical section. Now once we are doing the practical, we are just reiterating all these things again. And then the request URL, it consists of different things like a protocol, which is like HTTP or maybe HTTPS. Okay, can anyone tell me the difference between HTTP and HTTPS? Anyone? What is the difference between HTTP and HTTPS? Right. So HTTPS is a more secure way of sending or receiving a data. Again, then we also discussed about response status code, and we discussed different types of response code: 1x, 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, and 1x is for 2x is for success, then 3x is for redirection, 4x for client error, and 5x is for server error. And if you go here in the Postman, you can see all the details here. You don't need to go anywhere else. All the details will be present here. For anyone who is feeling like I am a little bit slow, just let me know. I will try to maybe do at a faster pace, or maybe if I am fast, I will be getting slow. Yeah, just raise your hand. I will try to match the pace. Now we are done till here, and even here we can see different informations like how much time it took for the response, and if I want to save the response, if I want to copy the response, maybe if I want to search anything, I can search it here. Then this is having cookies information, headers information. These are like different information. Maybe it will be too much for this session, but let's see how much we can cover. And then we can also get test results. So test results basically are, once we are writing the test, then only we can see the test result. But as of now we have not written any test, so yeah, it's empty. Now let's go to the next thing. Request response pattern. Now you can understand the request response pattern, which represents how computer communicate over a network. An API is the interface that lets us know what kind of response to expect when we make certain calls to a server. So I made a HTTP GET request on this particular URL, and we received a response from the server. So again, to reiterate, there is a client, then there is a network where we are having a request and then the response, and then from the server we are getting the resource services, which is like the information. The client is the agent making a request. A client could be a browser or an application you have coded. For example, in our case, Postman is the client, right? And in previous example, we were talking about Instagram. That was our client. And then we were sending the request. The request is sent over a network to some server. In our case, we made a request to the public internet to a server located at the address http library API postmanlabs.com. the server interrupted the request box and sent the appropriate response over the network back to the Postman client, a list of book. That's it. Yeah, so simple. We are just hitting the HTTP method. We are hitting at a particular URL. From there, the server is looking for the information and then it is sending back the information. Any doubts still here? Any doubts still here? Maybe anything which you guys want to ask? Any question? Any queries? Or maybe something you feel like okay, I should understand something more about this particular aspect of Postman? Maybe anything? Nothing, right? Okay. Let's go to the next this thing. Okay. Request now. We have a quiz here. Maybe just try to answer it, and then anyone who answers first will get one more chocolate. So just raise your hand once you are done, and we can discuss about the questions also. Saiful was here, right? You done? Then if we look like HTTP is a protocol, okay, this is correct. Then host is the second option, we can say value for the second option, which is not right. Then we will move to the third, which is like host, okay, no, we are looking for protocol. Then proxy, no, we are looking for host. So now we are left with one single answer, which is protocol, host and path. So this should be the correct answer. Now the second question is, you are given a table of response status code. Using only the code range is given, choose the answer that lists the correct order of meanings for the code that you are given, starting at 2xx, 2xx, 3xx, 4xx, 5xx, right? Now we already discussed multiple times that 200 is for success, 300 is for redirection, 400 is for client error, and 500 is for server error, right? So if we are looking into the code range, it's clearly the last option that is correct, which is success, redirection, client error, server error. So maybe I can just hand over the chocolate to you first, and then we can go to the next practical. Okay, so the next section is related to variables. Let's discuss. Can anyone tell me what is variable? Maybe if you are aware or you are doing any scripting, any programming language, maybe anything. Anyone, what is variable? You want to answer? What is variable? Yeah, maybe we can hear from you.
The information that can be changes.
Right.
Such as name,
Right.
IC numbers.
Right. Agree. Maybe anyone else want to answer, or you want to answer what is variable?
I believe it's data.
Right.
Sorry.
Right. Yeah, all of you are correct. So basically, what is a variable? Variable is something where we are adding the data, creating the data, storing the data, and due to those variables, we are able to retrieve information so that we are not hard coding them, right? So say for example, I want to store maybe a digit 5. What I will do, I will just store it in a variable, and I will just utilize that variable maybe in my scripting, in my programming, and I will reutilize it again and again without changing the data. So the data won't be hard coded due to